The final Raw of the year was supposed to be quiet. Not boring, just controlled. A show meant to close the book on 12 chaotic months, highlight the best moments, and send the WWE Universe into the new year feeling satisfied. Nobody came into the building expecting history. Nobody came expecting heartbreak. And nobody, absolutely nobody, expected the Usos to walk out of the arena as WWE Tag Team Champions. From the opening pyro, the atmosphere felt different. The crowd was loud, but there was an undercurrent of tension. Commentary talked about year-end awards, memorable matches, and what the next year could bring. Everything felt like it was wrapping up. Too clean, too safe. That feeling shattered when the champions made their entrance. Confident smiles, gold shining under the lights. The body language of men who believed the night belonged to them. They soaked in the cheers, mocked the boos, and spoke like champions who assumed they would end the year exactly how they started it, on top. They bragged about surviving every challenge. About clearing the division. About having nothing left to prove. That's when Adam Pearce walked onto the stage. The tone changed immediately. No smile. No jokes. No small talk. Pearce said that Raw wasn't ending without one more statement being made. He talked about opportunity. About chaos. About moments that define careers. Then he said the words that stopped everything. Tonight, the WWE Tag Team Championships will be defended. The champions froze. The crowd erupted. The champions argued that they weren't prepared. That no challengers were announced. That this wasn't fair. Pearce didn't flinch. And their opponents are Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso. The arena exploded. Shock. Screams. People jumping out of their seats. The Usos stepped onto the stage slowly, not dancing, not hyping the crowd. No smiles. No jokes. Just focus. Just intensity. Two brothers walking toward a moment they'd been fighting for their entire lives. Commentary reminded everyone of the history between these two men. The rise of the bloodline. The dominance. The manipulation. The betrayal. The family torn apart by power and ego. This wasn't just a tag title match. This was redemption. When the bell rang, the champions tried to control the pace immediately. They slowed the match down, grounded Jimmy, and tried to expose any sign of ring rust or hesitation. They found none. The Usos were sharp. Every tag was clean. Every strike landed with purpose. Every movement showed chemistry that could never be erased. The champions quickly adjusted, isolating Jey in their corner. They targeted his ribs, cutting the ring in half, tagging in and out, smirking as they punished him. Jey absorbed it all. Each kick, each slam, each breath pulled from his lungs. The crowd rallied behind him, clapping, chanting, begging him to reach his corner. He tried once, denied. He tried again, dragged back. The champions mocked Jimmy from across the ring. That's when Jey snapped. He fired back with elbows, headbutts, desperation strikes. He dove across the ring and tagged Jimmy. And the match changed completely. Jimmy came in like a storm. Right hands, super kicks, a running hip attack that flattened everything in its path. The crowd was losing their minds. One champion tried to slow him down. Jimmy dropped him. The other tried to escape. Jimmy cut him off. Double team offense followed. Perfect timing, perfect execution. Cover. 1, 2, broken up at the last second. The champions were rattled now. They stopped wrestling like champions and started fighting like men who felt the moment slipping away. Cheap shots, eye rakes, ref distractions. At one point, chaos erupted outside the ring. All four men brawled. Superkicks echoed through the arena. The referee was accidentally taken out. The champions saw their opening. They grabbed the titles. They looked ready to end it in disgrace. Jimmy blocked one shot. Jey intercepted the other. Simultaneous superkicks. The titles flew. The crowd was on its feet. Jimmy climbed the turnbuckle. Jey followed. They looked at each other for a split second, years of history in a single glance. Double splash. The ring shook. The referee slowly came to. Jimmy made the cover. 1, 2, the entire arena counted. 3, the bell rang. The music hit. And the building exploded. The Usos had done it. On the last Raw of the year. On the final night of the calendar. They captured the WWE Tag Team Championships. Jimmy rolled out of the ring, hands on his head, overwhelmed, pacing like he couldn't believe what had just happened. Jey dropped to his knees in the middle of the ring, staring at the mat, breathing heavy, fighting back emotion. Then they hugged. Not for the cameras. Not for the crowd. For themselves. Commentary called it one of the most emotional tag title wins in Raw history. A moment years in the making. A family healed in the middle of a war. As the championships were handed to them, confetti fell from the ceiling. Fireworks erupted on the stage. The defeated champions lay in disbelief. Jimmy and Jay climbed opposite turnbuckles, holding the gold high as the crowd chanted their name. USO, USO, USO. Raw faded to black with one final image, two brothers standing together, champions once again, closing the year the only way they could. Together. The year ended, a new era began, and the WWE Universe was left with one undeniable truth. Family never falls.